The Final Four, Chapter 15, Crispin Rice, 7:46 p.m. As a reminder, last time we saw Crispin, he discovered that his girlfriend Hope had lied to him and that she was not hanging out with friends that night while he worked, but instead he caught her alone in an apartment with a guy that is married to her cousin but is separated from her cousin. But it's all very suspicious. She acts really suspicious. And so we know, things aren't going great between Crispin and Hope. And so now here we are in the present at the Final Four game in Louisiana. With Rocco on the bench, Crispin digs his heels hard into the floor, like the load he's been carrying is about to get even heavier. Stay in character. You can't wear somebody else's uniform. Coach Kennedy calls to his players from the sideline. Just do your own job. We've got a lot of pieces to this team, and they're all fit. Let's put this puzzle back together. So, yes, Rocco is out because he has what appears to be a concussion, but Coach Kennedy is encouraging his team, don't try to be Rocco, be yourself. That's enough for this team. Crispin takes a deep breath, trying to cement Kennedy's words into his mind. The Trojans inbound the basketball, and with Rocco out, forward Aaron Boyce helps the new point guard handle the rock. Kennedy has called a set play during the timeout, so the Trojans know exactly what they want to do on offense. Crispin sets a screen along the baseline. Then Aaron cuts around him, freeing himself. But the ball doesn't swing fast enough from left to right, and the pass to Aaron is a full beat too slow, allowing the Spartan defender to catch back up. Without Rocco at the point, the Trojans need to find a new rhythm. But while they're still trying to adjust, his pass sails off the court past Crispin's outstretched arms, and the Spartans take possession. "We'll start our run with stop on defense," hollers Kennedy. "It's all about making this stop and nothing else." Crispin watches Malcolm walk the ball up slowly. He understands that for Malcolm it's a game of cat and mouse against a new defender. Then, nearing the top of the key, Malcolm flashes his speed, nearly exploding out of his shoes. He zips past his man and into the lane. In a split second, Crispin makes the decision to challenge Malcolm's open layup. He can't let his team fall behind by another basket. Crispin plants his feet down an instant before Malcolm collides with him, knocking him over. Malcolm's shot goes in, and the ref blows his whistle. It could be Crispin's final foul, which would put Malcolm at the line for a free throw and a chance at a three-point play. From the floor, Crispin sees the ref wind an arm back and then shoot it out in front of him, signaling Malcolm for a charging foul, his fourth of the game. A surge of adrenaline rushes through every part of Crispin's body as he bounces back up to his feet. So this is good news for the Trojans because, as a reminder, Crispin already has 4 fouls, one more, and he fouls out of the game. And here he thought, I don't know, one might be called on me here for what happened between me and Malcolm right now. But instead of the foul being called on Crispin, it has been called on Malcolm. And so now Malcolm also has 4 fouls, and he's 1 away from fouling out of the game. So this is great news for the Trojans. On a cable sports network providing live updates from the Final Four, 7:47 p.m. Announcer: with barely 2 minutes remaining in double overtime, the Troy players are fighting for their Final Four lives in the Superdome, trailing Michigan State by 5 points. The big man in the Trojans lineup, center Crispin Rice, has been walking a 4-foul tightrope for several minutes now. Seconds ago, he was a beneficiary of a charging call. And just like that, Malcolm McBride picks up his 4th foul, joining Rice on that high wire. Recorded a few days ago, here's a glimpse at Crispin Rice in a more relaxed setting, without those perilous foul winds blowing. Our Rachel Adams goes 1-on-2 again, this time with Crispin Rice and his fiancée, Hope Daniels. On screen, Rachel Adams, left, Hope Daniels, center, and Crispin Rice, right, are sitting on stools, facing each other. Crispin is wearing his Trojans jersey, and Hope is in her cheerleader outfit, a sleeveless red and white one-piece ending in a short frilly skirt that shows off Hope's shapely athletic legs. And there's a good 3 feet in distance between their stools. In the background, it is a darkened gymnasium basketball court. So we have this description here of the setup of Crispin and Hope being interviewed by this reporter, and nothing has been even said yet, but it says that there's a good 3 feet in the distance between Crispin and Hope's stools. So it seems like in the present, things are not going okay between Hope and Crispin, because if people are engaged, you would think their chairs would be really close to one another, but in fact, they're sitting quite far apart from one another for this interview. Rachel Adams. Well, not only is Troy the Cinderella team of the NCAA tournament, but they also have the Cinderella moment in college basketball this year, cutting to the video of Crispin's game-winning basket and sideline marriage proposal to Hope. So, here we are with essentially the first couple of college sports, Crispin Rice and Hope Daniels. Hope, let me ask you, when Crispin started over to you that night nearly 8 weeks ago, what did you think was going to happen? Hope, hesitating with her mouth open, thought maybe he was running over to me for a hug or something to celebrate that basket. I never dreamed it was going to be a marriage proposal. Adams, did you have any indecision when he asked? Hope, I didn't. The word yes popped out of my mouth before I could even think about it. Then everyone else standing right around us heard it. They all reacted and started cheering before it had even sunk in for me, scratching at the painted red T on her right cheek. A few seconds later, my brain caught up to everything. I said to myself, hey, I'm engaged. I better start to get excited too. It was like being in a dream, and then thinking, oh yeah, this is real. Adams, Crispin, you've said before that this proposal wasn't planned, so I guess you didn't have the words ready either. Do you remember what you said when you asked Hope to marry you? Crispin, I'll probably never forget it. I said, that basket I just scored would mean nothing to me without you. You're my best friend. You're my life. Marry me. Adams, that's so beautiful. Tell me more about what reaction has been. I've heard that plenty of businesses want to help you get started as a couple. Hope excitedly. Some hotels have offered us free honeymoons. A wedding dress company called to say I could choose any dress they had, and a cruise line wanted to give us a trip. Adams, I suppose there are some NCAA regulations governing what you might be able to accept because of Crispin's status as an amateur player. Crispin, just to make it clear, we haven't accepted anything. So Hope seems very excited about all of their potential free stuff that they can get because Crispin has made a name for himself in college basketball. She seems possibly more excited about that than she does about actually marrying him. Hope, we don't even have a wedding date yet, so if it's after Crispin's college career is over, it won't be an issue. Adams, what about a diamond engagement ring? Has any jeweler offered that? Hope walked in here and I thought, she's not wearing a ring. I hope everything's all right with these two. Hope, they're expensive. Any jeweler out there, if you're listening, this finger's still bare, holding up her left hand for the camera. Crispin quickly, but that's something we won't accept from anyone else. It's my job to supply the ring. Taking a playful poke in the ribs from Hope, which Crispin doesn't smile over. So apparently they are still in the present day fighting over this ring and the fact that she wants a really expensive big ring and Crispin just wants to buy it himself and get something affordable that a college student who works a part-time job could afford. Adams. Now, as an athlete, Crispin is used to people cheering for him. But Hope, you've enjoyed a little bit of fame recently as well. It seems that since Crispin proposed to you, Troy hasn't lost a single game. And especially with his upcoming Final Four contest against the Spartans, the media has taken to calling you Hope of Troy, alluding to Helen of Troy from the Trojan War of Greek mythology. How are you enjoying that role? Hope, it's been an incredible amount of fun. I'm very honored. Cheerleaders are supposed to be a source of pride for their team and school. So if people want to focus on me for some inspiration, it's great. And wouldn't every woman want a war fought over her? With a huge grin. I think so. Crispin, she's the queen of Troy, Alabama right now. She can go anywhere she wants and do anything she wants. Adams, but isn't it pressure too, being the team's good luck charm couple? Hope, well, if we were going to have a fight, we wouldn't do it in public right now. We wouldn't want to jinx the team or let down the school or city of Troy. Crispin, yeah, we'd have to do it in private. Too many people would be disappointed in us. Adams, now, Crispin, you have a nickname too, correct? Crispin, my teammates call me Snap Crackle Pop. Adams, is that because your last name is Rice and your first name sounds like Krispies, like the Rice Krispies cereal? Crispin, I always thought it was because of my good shooting, that I could pop in shots any time. But lately, I don't know. I've been in a bit of a shooting slump. Maybe I've been distracted by the engagement. Adams, tell me the quality about the other person you love the most. Hope, tell me about Crispin first. Hope, definitely trustworthiness. I've told him lots of times that for me, it's the most important part of a relationship. And with Crispin, I have to trust in my life. I never doubt him. Adams, Crispin, how about you? Crispin, it's like her name, hope. That's what she brings into my life every day. There's the hope that things are always going to get better, and the hope I'll always have to be able to see things clearly with her in my life. It's all positive. Adams, win or lose come Saturday night, I'm sure that Hope and Crispin will have plenty to celebrate in the future. I know America wishes you both the best of luck in your lives. They're being interviewed right before this Final Four game, and it appears as though things are not going well for them as a couple. It seems, based off this interview, that they're still together and that the engagement is still on, but they also allude to the fact that if they were fighting, they would never let the public know about it because it's too important for the team right now, and they wouldn't want to let down the city of Troy while this NCAA tournament is going on. But it seems like they still have several points of contention in their relationship, such as the wedding ring, how much free stuff, or if any free stuff they should get from people, which Crispin can't, right, because of NCAA regulations at that point. And then when they talk about what they value most in the other person, Hope says trustworthiness, but you can't quite tell what her tone is there because remember, she was upset at Crispin a few chapters ago for not trusting her, right, when he knocked on the door of that apartment. And so this makes you wonder, are things going okay for them? And it seems like they may not be going okay for them because when Adams asks Crispin about, his nickname, which is Snap, Crackle, Pop, Adams says, well, it seems like that's your nickname because your actual name sounds like, Rice Krispies. And Crispin, as we learned earlier in the book, says, well, it's because of my ability to shoot, but I'm in a slump right now, a shooting slump right now. Which makes us think, why is he in this shooting slump? Is his personal life and what's been going on with Hope affecting his game, or is there something more going on there?